Ladies, I know you listening to me on the car ride to work, okay? Your children in the back seat. Not this episode, ladies. Not this episode. Not today. Because we gonna get juicy. Please remember to like, share the Facebook, and subscribe because it is so important to our success here on the YouTube. And if you are not already a part of our book club, please remember to hit the Patreon link below and or the join button here on the YouTube. And for a small monthly fee, you babies, yes you, can be privy to all the shenanigans before the YouTube gets it, if the YouTube gets it. Now, let's talk about Sister Soulja's life after death of Winter Santiago, part 3. So where we left off, we just found out who shot Winter Santiago. It was that goddamn Simone. Remember the girl who was pregnant, who was the booster back in The Coldest Winter Ever, part 1, that lost her baby because she was mad at Winter because she was boosting, because that was her job. You are a booster. But Winter sent her out on a job, okay, on a Mission Impossible, and she got locked up. She contacted Winter and said, Winter, I'm locked up trying to get your shit. Won't you post my bail? Winter said, hell no, that's your job. Click, and hung up. And ever since then, Simone has been on a mental battle to get revenge on Winter, despite the fact them supposedly making up in jail and becoming a whole crew again while on the inside, okay? So ultimately, Simone never let go of that anger. That's why she bopped Winter in her neck secretly. Nobody knows except for the 4 girls. I would say it's Asia, Zakia, Simone, and Natalie. All 4 of these girls were locked up together, okay? They was a crew together. The girls, the 4 girls, they got out first. Winter and the other 4 girls that I just named were supposed to be a part of this reality TV show, okay? That's what they wanted to happen. But Simone said, we're going to do this like Biggie. We're going to shoot her in her neck, okay? She's going to die. They're going to show the footage of her murder on television, and we're going to get all the money from merchandises. How you going to get all the money from the merchandises, Simone? You ain't the guardianship. You ain't the, the estate person. Continuing on, Simone had mentioned while Winter was there, hovering in her spirit form, watching these girls fight over the fact that they should not have killed Winter. While Winter was there, watching them fight, she heard Simone say, well, that dumbass girl, she thinking that Midnight's going to meet her at the bottom of the carpet with a Bentley. He never showed. So now Winter is reflecting back on the conversation that Elijah, Portia's husband, had with Winter while she was seeing him in the visiting hall while she was still alive in the prison. Portia had asked Midnight to promise that he would show up on your prison release date. She asked him way back, right after she came up here to check on you. Midnight agreed. He's a word is bond type of brother. Elijah said, speaking discreetly to me, as every prisoner is always monitored, even in visitation. But when I followed up with him this week and told him about the reality show, he said, no. No cameras. I started to try to convince him, but he's not the type who can be convinced once he has made up a decision. So I stopped myself from asking again. Elisha explained, but Porsche could not be stopped. She called Midnight and said, "You promised, and a promise is a promise. Midnight told your sister, I never promised to be a character in a show." So at this point now, Winter has given up on having Midnight there. Okay. Her main concern now is, I need you to do that big project, which is get her father out of jail. Now, I don't know what kind of money Elijah has. You know, he may got that Kodak Black money, Blink, if you know what I'm saying, because we all know that Kodak Black paid Trumpy to get out of jail. I mean, I'm just saying. So Elijah double checked and said, "So you mean to tell me if I do the other thing without the Midnight thing, you still gonna move forward with this?" "Yes, I'll move forward. But that main thing must be done." Elijah said, "Okay." True, I didn't ever explain the details of the situation to my girls about the takeoff or the trade-off I had to make. I did not feel like I owed any one of them a damn thing, not even an explanation. That night in my cell during lights out, it dawned on me that this was the reason I was spun out over Midnight, whipped and fixed, and maybe even a little obsessed. Girl, you got to get the ding dong to be whipped, okay? You hear me? You got to get the pickle first. He was the only man in my whole wide world who I wanted with my whole heart, who I put in my full effort for, who I showed my whole self and even revealed my bare body to. And he still ain't want you, girl. He still ain't want you. I just had to remind you of that, okay? Who I could not draw to me. I just couldn't move him. He was the only man who nothing anybody said mattered to him. He was solid. You know, it's like, even though she do dumb shit, it seems like she still has this good, innocent, genuine heart, but only with that one person and her father. Just those two. Because remember, one of her sisters, I forget which one it was, at the end of the coldest winter ever, was about to get into the same bullshit that she was getting ready, that she got into, where she got messing around with some drug dealer, okay? And now she locked up doing time for some BS, okay? And when she went to her mother's funeral, where she met, the family met up again, she didn't even warn her sister, "Hey, leave that dope boy alone. You're going to end up in jail like me." She said, she'll learn on her own. Like, what? Suddenly, I felt a shot through my chest, and I was being pulled. I'm a dead bitch on the move again, okay? Now, this is where she Bob Cratchit into space, through space, time, and all kinds of things. When the action stopped, I floated down softly and landed in what felt like grass. I wasn't certain, though. I couldn't see nothing. Then, bledow, bright, blinding sunlight. I threw my hands over my eyes and took only short peeks until they adjusted to see the shocking sign. Okay? Now, she's going through all this, imagery and stuff that I'm not going to waste your time with because, I know that people are very irritated with this book, and I am too. Okay? Because I feel like it's 20% message and 85%, here I go, 80% bullshit, okay? So she sees this beautiful, mansion or castle or something like that in the distance, right? She starts walking towards it because in her mind, she's sure that she belongs in that castle. This is her life after death. And she is sure that this was supposed to be her life after death. Now, because it's a dream, it's, woozy, right? In dreams, you be in crazy places, doing crazy shit, dressed like a chicken, okay? So in this dream, she's suddenly in a gymnasium, okay? She's in a gymnasium, and then she suddenly sees these tall, muscular, beautiful basketball player type men, waiting in line. Okay? They line up right in front of each other. Winter is thinking in her mind, what's going on? But they lined up like it's Spartacus. Okay? Like they fitting to fight each other and get it popping. Right? She's still not understanding what in the heck is going on. Now she sees these men. She's like, oh, what do I look like? Because remember, Winter, she in her mind, but she knows she still got this cut on her face. She goes to the bathroom to run to try to get herself together because she around all these fine ninjas and she don't want to look a mess, right? Dreams. Again, suddenly she sees these clothes. She said it was a Chanel miniskirt, some Jimmy Choo shoes. At first the shit didn't fit, and then when she put it on her body, it fit. You know how dreams work. It just be crazy. You in the bed kissing a chicken. Okay. Then when you roll over, it's a turtle or something. You know how dreams work. And then, out of the sky you see your great Aunt Mary that died 30 years ago. Ansar, I'm hoping you're the last man standing. Heard you had designs on my girl, the leader said, jaw locked and straight faced. Whoa, the men sounded, and then went silent. She's not yours until you marry her. The one who must have been Ansar replied. And since you're moving too slow and no one can touch her before marriage, I'll take her from you and marry her so I can touch her, he said. Let's skip the sparring and bang it out right now. They fighting for somebody, okay? But Winter is unsure of who they fighting over. Now, she got a grand sense of self, so she might be thinking, okay, well, this is my dream, so it may be me that these niggas fighting over. While she's walking around the house, she's trying to look for photos, okay? So she could see who house it is, because she still doesn't know where she is. All she knows is that she is dreaming this dream of men fighting for somebody inside of a palace. Kush, what are you doing in here? I heard a woman's voice say. Who was she talking to? Then I heard the cat purr. She must have been stroking it. How did the cat arrive the same time as me? Was it whizzing through space like I was? Chi, there's only one wildcat allowed in this bedroom, and it's not Kush. I heard a man's hypnotic voice say, one of our daughters may have left the door open by mistake. Then I heard a slight clink, cufflinks. I imagined he removed his and laid them on his glass-top dresser drawer on the night table. Next, I heard a jingle, his belt buckle. I believe then I heard his zipper. Oh, hell yeah. Soon I heard the sound of him removing his pants and then his boxers. He must have felt good being undressed. I could hear the rhythm of his breathing change, and his breath, escaping like being naked, was more comfortable. I stood still listening to the sound of his breathing. Then I heard the sound of his feet on what sounded like a marble uncarpeted floor. A shower switched on. Ladies, I know you listening to me on the car ride to work, okay? Your children in the back seat. Not this episode, babies. Not this episode. Not today, because we going to get juicy. So Winter hears the voice. She don't even know who the nigga is, okay? All she knows is that she wants some of whatever it is he got. So she take her clothes off. You taking your clothes off? I mean, it is a dream, but she take her clothes off. And now she start tiptoeing towards the shower. I'm going to get me some of that. I don't know exactly what it is, but it sounds like it's real good over there, okay? Hello? 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 She's feeling around in the bathroom trying to get to whoever dick that is, okay? Because she want to, fellatio it, okay? She ready. Remember, it's been 15 years since she done had a piece of a man. And she want whoever this man is. Okay? Ooh, I'm in. I can't feel the warm water, though. Am I really in? Did I open a linen closet and walk in there by mistake instead? Girl, possibility, because you can't see. But while she in the bathroom, she don't hear just him. She hear her and him, okay? She could hear them salivating all each other, kissing and sucking and enjoying each other, okay? She's like, oh, I want something. So she walks up to, the couple, swung her arms around them and try to make this a tryst, okay? They don't know she there, though. Ooh. Her breathing was accelerated. Soon she was moaning softly. Then suddenly she screamed pure pleasure, like a celebration. He started talking some sexy shit to her. I could tell by his tone, but he was speaking in some other language. Wished I could find and snatch that shower head and turn that temperature of the water to freeze. Spray the bitch and cause her to flee. Speak English, like you two mothers were speaking the 5 minutes ago. That feels good, she asked. Put your hands up, he said. Am I under arrest? She replied so softly. Yes, baby, that role play. Ooh. Come here, he said to her. And the sound of the way he said it turned my rising anger to intense desire, as though he was saying, come here to me. She was angry because it was midnight and his wife. That's why she was angry. You mean to tell me I'm here watching Midnight Hunch his wife? My vision clicked on. I thought it was cruel. She had her naked body pressed against his body. Her hands clasped at the back of his neck. I walked up behind him and pressed my body against this back. I put my hands on each side of his waist and tried to pull him away from her, onto me. Then Midnight said to his wife, we can talk about how 2 of our sons are about to fight over the Santiago daughter. Santiago daughter? That's me. Bitch, you ain't the only Santiago daughter, but okay. I ran around to face him, and over her shoulder, I could see clearly what I had already sensed and known. I tried to swipe her out of his grasp, but my hands had no impact. I tried to yank her long black braid, choke her with it, but my hands could not clasp it. Hey, why are my heels up here? I left them outside on the rack, she asked softly. That's because Winter had put them on and then took them off because she thought that she was going for your husband. I couldn't tolerate it anymore. I screamed at the top of my lungs, midnight, midnight, midnight. But obviously he couldn't hear, feel, or see me. You know Winter is mad, right? She mad because this is supposed to be her life, right? But I'm like, how is this supposed to be your life, Winter, when you know that the man was already married when you went to your mother's funeral? You knew that he was married 15 years ago. Now, we don't know if this is the same lady. We don't know, okay? But he is saying that one of their sons are going to marry one of the Santiago children. She goes, I could get rid of his wife. Not kill her, of course, just replace her because I'm obviously the better choice. Once those foreign bitches who got our same look started speaking in different languages, showing the fuck off, how a hood bitch going to keep up? How's she going to shine? Okay, and it's true. And I feel like there's a lot of young women out here that wear a lot of makeup and a lot of hair that does not work with their African-American, features. But they doing it anyway. That's why they do it, because they believe that black men are very much so attracted to foreign women, okay? And, because I've had experience with one woman myself. She is a foreign woman, but she said, I guess I'm not foreign enough. She's from... I think she's from Sierra Leone. She's beautiful to me, but to her, she still has to wear like this makeup and the hair because she wants to look even more foreign. I'm like, damn. I was cool hugging his back. I had somehow blotted her out. I just wanted to get my moment, my feel. I have my way with him without him being able to resist. I had always wanted to suck his collarbone since I was 13. Press my new body up against his. Trace my pretty fingers lightly over his incredible jawline. Hold his face in my hands and feel the pleasure of his thick lips. More than that, he was the only man worthy of me marrying him and giving him children. Okay. Yeah, that's love. Okay, that's love. Her wet, silky, freshly braided long black braid that after I put 2 and 2 together, and from what I had just overheard, had been braided by him. That infuriated me. Why? I don't want no nigga braiding my hair, girl. I don't want him. But we both have carpal tunnel. No, girl, answer no. But, everything that Midnight do, she love it. She love his doodle. She love his hawk spit. She love his SARS. She loves everything. The conversation between Midnight and his wife continues. Our sons are about to fight over the Santiago daughter. At first, I thought, yeah, that's me. Then I sobered up and I figured out what should have been pretty clear. Midnight had adopted my twin sisters, Lexi and Mercedes. So let's take this back. Porsche is not his stepdaughters, okay? Porsche is the one that's right underneath of her, okay? And Lex and Mercedes are the twins that he adopted. So one of them girls had caught the hearts of two of Midnight's many sons. Okay, wait a minute, Clarence. Wait the hold on. You trying to tell me that Midnight's blood sons want to fight over one or both of Midnight's adopted daughters? That's kind of freaky. If you have not already done so, please remember to like, share the Facebook, and subscribe, because it is so important to our success here on the YouTube. Now remember this: the same people that you meet on the way up will always be the same people that you meet on the way down. My naysayers, my patron love, you babies, you have a good one.